All right, Shalom Aleichem. First and foremost, I'd like to give all praise, honor, and glory to Yahweh, Bahasham, Yahushai, Bahasham, Rakha, Kodash. I'd like to give double honors to the apostles and elders of Great Millstone. I'd like to say Shalom to the elect that teach the word in our true faith and sincerity. And today I just want to get into a lesson on how pretty much the fate of America, is recorded in the scriptures. And that fate is destruction. That's the destiny of America and really the so-called white man as a whole. But pinpoint this place because this is the throne of the so-called white man, and this is the place the Lord have chosen to show His power, man. Because when the smoke clear and the dust settle, this whole landmass will be wiped off the map. Pretty much, it's gonna be totally destroyed, man. You know, the whole land. Matter of fact, what is that? I think that's Isaiah 13. Bear with me. The whole land is going to be destroyed. Yep, this is it. This is the book of Isaiah, chapter 13. And I just get to the point, verse. Well, I just started verse 4. It said, "The noise of a multitude in the mountains, like as of a great people." See, and that's a dark saying for those ICBM missiles, and that can cause someone to stumble. Speaking about missiles or so-called UFOs or these things, and married it with the scriptures, not knowing the scriptures is the most modern book out here, man. It talks about things that ain't even happened yet, but we seeing the steps that's leading towards these events. And one of those major events is World War III. But just going back, that great people is a dark saying for those missiles, because it also give you the number of them. In the book of Revelation, the 9th chapter, the army of the horsemen was 200,000, and that's concerning the warheads. So it said the noise of a multitude in the mountains, like as of a great people. See, it tells you also in Joel, the 2nd chapter. Matter of fact, let's get that just so it can let you know it's not concerning actual people, but it's symbolic. Joel 2 verse 2, a day of darkness and of gloominess, a day of clouds and of thick darkness. See, that's going to be the results. It's going to be a dark and gloomy day. And them clouds is going to be mushroom clouds, man. It said, as the morning spread upon the mountains, a great people and a strong. See, there have not ever been the like, neither shall be any more after it, even to the years of many generations. See? So, somehow, some way, these people came on the scene. Then when they get through with their job, you ain't gonna never see them again. No. And it's not talking about the angels as well. This is talking about those thermonuclear missiles. Because it says they have not ever been alike, because these missiles have went through a transformation since it's been on the scene. Starting with that atom bomb, Little Man and Fat Boy, they hit them goose. But then over the course of the years, it have been sharpened. You had these different missile tests. You got Castle Bravo, and one of the largest ones that was ever tested was the Tsar Bomba. But those even pale in comparison to what they got today, man. Where they can get across the other side of the world in 30 minutes or less. But once they're done with that job, it's not going to be any more use for them. That's why I tell you, when the kingdom is established, it's not going to be war anymore, man. Matter of fact, verse 3 said, a fire devour before them, and behind them a flame burneth. The land is as the garden of Eden before them, and behind them a desolate wilderness. Yeah, and nothing shall escape them. See? So that's talking about the missiles. Before you see life, but once they impact, once they hit ground zero, is a desolate wilderness. And it said nothing shall escape them. That's why you get that those nuclear winds. Once they hit, if you within that certain radius, you dead, man. And concerning this place, America, the whole land, if you in this land, that's your ass. So going back to Isaiah the 13th chapter, Isaiah 13 verse 4 again said, the noise of a multitude in the mountains, like as of a great people, a tumultuous noise of the kingdoms of nations gathered together. The Lord of hosts mustereth the hosts of the battle. See, so that lets you know it's how by Shemal Shai that's getting all this thing stirred up, man. This is his determination to gather the nations, man. This is his plot. It says they come from a far country. What coming from a far country? Those missiles, man. ICBM, intercontinental ballistic missile. That ain't just a acronym. They ain't just there for nothing. They ain't, this is all part of the movement. And they are gonna come from a far country, from Russia, from China, even the allies of America, Britain and Germany, whatever the case may be. They're gonna come from a far country, from the east to the west. Tells you that these is gonna be shot into the ends of the world. America's the ends of the world. The West, that's the ends of the world, man. So just talking about those ICBMs, they said they come from a far country, from the end of heaven. See, once lets you know it's an aerial attack. Even the Lord and the weapons of his indignation to destroy the whole land. See, the whole land of America. And it said even the Lord, his spirit gonna be in those missiles. When you go into Joel, the second chapter tells you that they're not gonna bump into each other. They're gonna march everyone his way. So it tells you the Lord ordained up his arrows against the persecutors, man. And that's gonna be fully displayed here in America when the Lord destroyed this place. Yeah, other parts of the world will be hit as well. But this is gonna be that place where you're gonna know the Lord did. He had his hand in this, man. This is Revelation 17 verse 1. It said, and there came one of the seven angels who had the seven vials, and talked with me, saying unto me, come hither. I will show unto thee the judgment of the great whore that sitteth upon many waters. See? So this judgment is concerning the great whore, America. See, that's what's been the talk. The whole time throughout the scriptures, the judgment of this bitch, America. This whore. Even with the Lord judging other kingdoms, it was really a prelude of how the Lord was going to do this place. It says, with whom the kings of the earth have committed fornication, and the inhabitants of the earth have been made drunk with the wine of her fornication. And who else can match up to that? But America, the influence of this place, have reached throughout the world. Now, these other nations have gotten rid of that, just some as subtle as them getting rid of their traditional garments to not having a three-piece suit, of them speaking in English, of conforming to this modern-day Christianity. So how much more the trends that they set forth and the lifestyles they promote. That came from America, man. Matter of fact, because it tells you that she's the mother of the harlot. This bitch have revived all these former customs of old, man. These old deities This bitch brought him back. You know? It says, so he carried me away in the spirit into the wilderness, and I saw a woman sit upon a scarlet-colored beast full of names of blasphemy, having 7 heads and 10 horns. And the woman was arrayed in purple and scarlet color, and decked with precious stones and pearls. And that's how this place is ultimately is set up to you know, is pleasing to the eyes, so to speak. You see the lights, the glimmer. You know, these other nations be getting reports. They used to get reports back. This place was that golden city. It was paved. The streets were paved with gold, man. It's opportunity. You could be a YouTube star, TikTok phenomenon. Those things were set up to capture the eyes of the people, the flesh. You know, having a golden cup of her hand full of abominations and filthiness of her fornication. Yeah, these start with this man, his policies. That box full of roaches called democracy, because that's going to open a can of worms, man, when you come out of that banner of democracy, man. You know, it says, and upon her forehead was a name written, Mystery, Babylon the Great, the mother of harlots and abominations of the earth. See, and who else could this be? Like I said, the mother of harlots and abominations of the earth. That's talking about America, man. But guess what? The fate of this place is written, man, because it talks about the build up to America. Just we're going to Daniel 7, pretty much that little horn that came up. You know, it talks about the build up toward this beast, the horns. But ultimately, the results. Matter of fact, let's jump down to verse 11. It says, and the beast that was and is not, even he is the 8th, and is of the 7th. So that 7, those horns, which those powers that that beast. You know, those 7 kings was Greek, the Greeks, the Romans, Germania Major, Germania Minor, Spain, the French, and the Brits, man. But the Brits was the last one. And this is where this place, America, stem from. I tell you that your mother shall be confounded. But it's of the 7. It says, but this the point. And goeth into perdition. See, this place is gonna go into perdition. Meaning where its destiny is destruction. That's why this place was set up for the Lord Yahweh Shema Shai to show forth his power, man. You know? Matter of fact, let's get that book of Revelation 18, verse 7. I started verse 7 said, how much she have glorified herself and lived deliciously. And this is talking about Babylon the Great now. You know, because this is the proudest place ever, man. Ever erected. You know, and their pride contributed some sort of as them having running water. Some countries don't even have that luxury. You know, these apps which fulfill any desire, from you wanting some Grubhub to you ordering some shit off Amazon. This will contribute to these people in their pride and living deliciously. It says, so much torment and sorrow give her, for she said in her heart, I said a queen and am no widow and shall see no sorrow. So that pride is going to be traded in with torment and sorrow. That's the medicine for pride. It says, therefore shall her plagues come in one day, death and mourning and famine, and she shall be utterly burned with fire. See? For strong is the Lord power, Yahweh Shema Shai, who judgeth her. See? So yeah, the Lord really, He's gonna beat America down with the plagues, and then the icing on the cake is the missiles. Matter of fact, let's see if I can find that, because it goes into the Lord actually being down. I think it's in Psalms. Yep. This is the book of Psalms 89, Psalm 89, verse 23. It says, "And I will beat down his foes before his face and plague them that hate him." See? That's what the Lord Yahweh Shema Shai is going to do, man. You know? And it said before his face. So that lets you know that we're going to actually see. Matter of fact, let me just jump up on it just to get the context of it. This is Psalms 89. I started verse 20. "I have found David, my servant. With my holy oil have I anointed him." And that's we see in the day, the house of David once again being erected. And we've been, that holy oil is this truth, man. This is how it been anointed. It says, "With whom my hand, Yahweh shall be established. My arm shall strengthen him. The enemy shall not exact upon him, nor the son of wickedness afflict him." And that lets you know also that son is gonna be in the latter time. This is the latter times where this devil is gonna try to afflict us. Come down with that great wrath. The Lord is gonna prevent that. It said, "And I will beat down his foes before his face, and plague them that hate him." So those plagues, death, mourning, and famine, that's the Lord beating down this place. And ultimately, the icing on the cake, that fire. And the precept ended off, "For strong is the long power who judgeth her." Because this is all the plans and purposes of Yahweh Shema Shai to destroy America, man. Just read that pretty much the Lord is going to send forth those weapons to destroy the whole land. The whole land of what? Babylon. Babylon the Great, America. Let's see, Jeremiah. I think it's 51. Jeremiah 51, verse 1. It says, "Thus said the Lord, behold," see? That what it goes to see, to look. Meaning what now is on display. "I will raise up against Babylon and against them that dwell in the midst of them." So all you Babylonians that rise up against me, a destroying wind. See? So this is the place the Lord has set his sights on. That the strong wind is concerning those nuclear winds, those missiles, man. And we see the steps that's going to lead towards that. The Karama is here. And that's pretty much it. Once that Karama is implemented, shit, man, it's free game then, man. It says, "And I will send unto Babylon fanners that shall fan her and shall empty her land." Yeah, the angels. Because they're going to contribute to that fire. Those laser beams. It says, "For in the day of trouble they shall be against her round about." So America got a day of trouble. It's a build to that perfect day. When the return of our Lord Yahweh Shai. It's gonna be deliverance and destruction in his hand, man. It says he's gonna get every man a reward according to their works. And what this place have earned? Destruction. Oh, it tells you that in the book of Job, they that plow iniquity and sow wickedness reap the same. Well, now America's going to get the fruit of his works, man. Destruction. How you think the Fabulous 50 came, just that term, the Fabulous 50s. Well, the only way that had to take place, it was through that destruction of those gooks and them dropping them bombs on it. So how you think the kingdom of heaven is going to be established? This man got to be utterly destroyed. Scripture said, preach the kingdom of heaven is at hand. So meaning, automatically, the kingdom that's here now got to be removed. And it's not going to be a diplomatic transfer, man. This is going to be a violent, way this place is going to be taken out. It says, against him that bendeth the bow, let the archer, it's like against him that bendeth, let the archer bend his bow, and against him that lifteth himself up in his bridgeting, and spare ye not her young men, destroy ye utterly all her hosts. See? And this is a commandment from Yahweh Shema Shai. There's no stopping this decree, man. This is, you can't sign something to override what Yahweh Shema Shai said. Lord just commanded pretty much these other nations to bend their bow and shoot over here in America, man. And them missiles don't got feelings. They just gonna do what they gotta do, man. But this is the place the Lord have chosen to show his power. And how is it gonna be? That event is gonna be played out by the way of World War III, man. So yeah, I just hope to edify and let to give all praise, honor, and glory to Yahweh, by Hashem Yahushai, by Hashem Rakakodash. Double honors to the apostles and elders of Great Millstone. Shalom to the elect. Let's teach his word in all true faith and sincerity. DTA, abide with all. Soon, very soon.